Cutter Top 10, Cutter Top 10. You know you liked it a lot. Time to see who is the best and the worst that's left. You know, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, NASCAR, wrestling. If I have to, so please join me. Why don't you read? This is Cutter's Top 10. Hey there, Heather, ho there! It's Jeff, Cutter, Diamond. We're ready to rumble! Oh. Hey there, Heather, ho there! It's Jeff, Cutter, Diamond once again with another Top 10. And this time it's Top 10 Worst Debuts in Wrestling History. So here we go. And as the old saying goes, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Number 10, Glacier. Not Glacier from Killer Instinct, but the WCW wrestler. After 5 months of vignettes, the guy Glacier finally debuts in WCW. He was the man with the Mortal Kombat inspired outfit. Of course, Mortal Kombat getting mad because Sub-Zero, it looked like Sub-Zero. His catchphrase was "Blood runs cold." Yawn, could have been better. Glacier made his debut on WCW Pro, which was a D show that was 1 hour on Sunday. You got WCW Nitro on WCW Saturday night, and then Thunder. He had 4 matches after his debut, and then he disappeared. Nothing really came of this. Number 9, Corbin White. In June 2005, in the draft, Chavo was traded from SmackDown to Raw. And Chavo got very pissed off for some reason. He denounced his Mexican heritage and wanted to be a stereotypical middle-class white conservative man. However, the crowd chanted Chavo for affection, and I don't know why Chavito didn't want to be known, but Corbin responded by saying that Chavo was probably trying to get a job at some taco stand like the rest of the unemployed Hispanics. So yeah, he really played it up terribly. He actually dropped the Corbin White gimmick because of Eddie Guerrero's death and then decided to live on the Guerrero family name. He was okay, but then Vicky got her mitts on things and it was ugly. Number 8, Fake Diesel / fake Razor Ramon. In 1996, Jim Ross said that Diesel and Razor Ramon were coming back from WWE. Coming back to WWE from WCW when they left a few months earlier. WWE had the names Diesel and Razor Ramon because they owned it. That if they did return, it would have been Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Well, because they had wrestled WCW and the real names. It was Glenn Jacobs, who was now known as Kane. So yeah, Glenn Jacobs, the guy who was actually Yankee when Kane was the guy who played Fake Diesel, and Fake Razor Ramon was Rick Bognar. Now, Jim Ross... Hold on one sec. Okay, never mind. I'll save that for the next top 10. I'll get more into the Jim Ross angle later on. Number 7, Renegade. In the mid-90s, Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage teased to debut something ultimate. It would have been like the Ultimate Warrior, because in 92 he left WWE, taking Vince McMahon hostage over his Survivor Series money. Furthermore, the vignette had a silhouette of a man with long hair and tassels on his arms. It could be Ultimate Warrior, but it was Renegade, who was a parody. Unfortunately, Renegade didn't really last that long, and the real Ultimate Warrior came back to the WWE at WrestleMania 12 and beat Triple H, even though Triple H had hit Ultimate Warrior with pedigree. Poor Triple H, I feel bad for him, but he had to lose to the Ultimate Warrior in 96. Number 6 is the Kiss Demon. It's kind of strange how Eric Bischoff wanted Kiss to get involved with a wrestler called the Kiss Demon. So anyway, Kiss played a live concert on Nitro and the Kiss even debuted. But it was the lowest rated segment on that show. I guess people didn't like Kiss because it was 270s. He actually ended up losing to Terry Funk and Sting in like a few minutes combined. So basically he was nothing. Number 5, Zeus. Zeus was the antagonist in the movie No Holds Barred, which of course starred Hulk Hogan, and Hogan faced Zeus and all that. Zeus was given a chance to debut in WWE to get revenge on Hulk. But Hulk and Zeus never went one-on-one. It was pretty much tag matches. Every time Hulk and Zeus battled each other, it was in tag team matches, and Hulk always ended up the victor. That kind of spoiled the mood, don't you think? And Vince McMahon wanted Hulk versus Zeus to headline WrestleMania. Well, I guess it would have been WrestleMania 6 by my guess. Anyway, number 4 is the Yeti, a 7-foot tall guy. So anyway, the Yeti was part of Halloween Havoc 95. When he was sent in, thanks to Kevin Sullivan's Dungeon of Doom, to try to destroy Hulkamania. Of course, the Dungeon of Doom had Kevin Sullivan as the Taskmaster. They even had Umaga. They had Brutus Beefcake in, I guess, Zebraface as the Zodiac. They had Earthquake as a shark, and who else was tightly miscast? Oh, I can't remember. Sorry, and of course the Big Show came around. So anyway, at Halloween Havoc 95, he actually was humping Hulk Hogan in the middle of a bat. He humped Hulk Hogan when he was facing Big Show, or Paul Wright, as you call him, in the main event. So basically, the Yeti was just forgotten. Number 3, Fantasio. So anyway, Fantasio was a magician who actually had a good magic act. He only made one TV appearance, and he defeated Tony DeVito, a jobber. He actually won a house show match in WWE over Rad Radford. I forget who Rad Radford was. Was that Billy Gunn or the Road Dogg? Anyway, Fantasio was just nothing new and just boring. Number 2, the Gobbledygooker. You'll be surprised that he's not number 1. But anyway, there's a reason why he's not number 1. So anyway, the Gobbledygooker came out of an egg, which for a good part of 1990 was actually seen in all WWE major events. And then at Survivor Series, the hatching was supposed to take place. Everyone suspected Andre the Giant to come back to WWE in that egg, or even the Undertaker. But Undertaker actually was in a main event, in a tag match with Ted DiBiase and others on DiBiase's team, and when he debuted, everyone was just shocked at the size of him. The Gobbledygooker danced around with Gorilla Monsoon. Danced around with Mean Gene Okerlund in the ring while he was a man in a turkey suit. Well, Gorilla Monsoon and Roddy Piper were trying to sell the people on how awesome this was. And it just wasn't. The Gobbledygooker, unfortunately, was played by Hector Guerrero, who was, in his own right, a good wrestler. And at number 1 is definitely number 1 for a reason. It's the Shockmaster. During one of the Clash of the Champions pay-per-views or events, it wasn't a pay-per-view, it was on free TV and TBS in 1993. Sting and the British Bulldog were trying to talk about who their partner was going to be for a 6-man tag match against not Ric Flair. It was on Ric Flair's Flair for the Gold television show thingy, Bobby vignette. It was that partner was going to face Harlem Heat and Sid Justice. They introduced this guy as the Shockmaster, and then he fell right through the wall. He loses his helmet, his Stormtrooper helmet, and puts it back on. And, well, the guy who was voicing him was Ole Anderson, but the guy who played him was called Uncle Fred because he was related to Dusty Rhodes, and of course the Rhodes family, Cody among others. So anyway, if you watch the WWE bad gimmicks thing, like the 24/7 thing, the Legends of Wrestling Roundtable, Dusty explains about the Shockmaster saying that Cody and the boys were watching this, and it was like, that's Uncle Fred. So anyway, the Shockmaster was later to be a jobber of some sorts. And of course, that Uncle Fred guy was Tugboat / Typhoon in the WWE. So I hope you enjoyed this top 10. It's a nice top 10. Next up will be top 10 wrestling storylines that just didn't make any sense at all.